Hi, my name is SophiaK. For my Zenith project, I chose to make a charm bracelet and a charm necklace, but the charms will be made out of shrink plastic. I chose this idea because after watching all the Zenith projects from last year, there were some that caught my eye. And ever since then, I've been thinking about doing something similar for my Zenith project. I've also seen lots of videos on social media of people making their own jewelry, which made me want to make some myself, but I never got the time to do it. I didn't really do lots of research to prepare for my project because I already knew how to use shrink plastic and I knew how to attach things onto something else using jump rings because I've done it before in a past personal craft project of mine. I didn't collaborate with anyone for this project, but I did get some help from some of my classmates in the design class to help me get started with my project because I had a hard time figuring out how to use Miss P's toaster oven to shrink my charms. I improved on my creativity and risk-taking skills because my designs for my project were all my own ideas. And during my project, I also encountered a small mistake in one of my charms where it came out a little bent and I didn't flatten it out completely before it hardened, before the plastic hardened. So I tried to make a new one, but it came out too big and it wasn't the same as the first one. So I just used the first one instead. This shows that I was willing to accept mistakes in my final product. I think that learning some learning experience from this project that I would put into use in the future would be to make sure that you have all your supplies that you need for the project and that it's okay to make mistakes because you can learn from them and try to do better next time. I think I accomplished all the project objectives because I was able to express my interests and my hobbies through my drawings featured in each of my charms. If I could do this project over again, I would probably use a thicker chain for the bracelet and maybe make the charms for the bracelet a bit smaller because since the charms were a bit big, they tugged on the chain a little more. So I think if the chains were a bit smaller, then they wouldn't make the bracelet fall down my arm when I lifted my wrist up. One meaningful final thought that I would like my readers or listeners to remember about the story of my project is to not be afraid of making mistakes because mistakes happen and not all mistakes are bad. You can always find a way to work around them or work with them.